Okay, so let's try the second problem, guys. Let's try to read this problem. Okay, so Alma, who loves solving puzzles, determined that the length of her completed jigsaw puzzle is equal to the length is x plus 2 all over 5, okay, meters, and the width is equal to, or the breadth is equal to 4 all over x minus 1 meters. Okay, so for this problem, we're trying to find the measurement of the length, okay, the width, and also the value of x, given that the length and the breadth, or the width, are equal to each other. Okay, so therefore, if they're equal to each other, okay, so they must be it must be a square. Okay, for this one. Okay, so to solve for the value of x, that's the first thing that we have to solve. Since it says here at the last part of the clue, given that the length and the breadth are equal to each other, so therefore we can say that L is equal to W, and since L is equal to x plus 2 all over 5, and W is equal to 4 all over x minus 1, we can write here x plus 2 all over 5 is equal to 4 all over x minus 1. And using our cross multiplication here, we can say that x plus 2 times x minus 1 is equal to 4 times 5. Okay, students? And this is going to be x squared. Okay, so this is going to be positive 2x, and this is going to be negative x. Okay, so that should give us negative x minus 2 is equal to 20. So therefore, if we transfer 20 to the other side, this is going to be x squared minus x minus 2 minus 20 is equal to 0. And this is just going to give us x squared minus x minus 22 is equal to 0. Okay, and to solve our problem for this one, we're going to be using the quadratic equation or the quadratic formula. So what's the quadratic formula? It says that if we want to find one of the roots or the two roots of our given quadratic equation here, we're going to use this formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And since we know that the numerical coefficient for x is negative 1, for x squared this is positive 1, and for the c here, so that's negative 22, we can substitute these values. So we have here negative 1, okay, times negative, so eventually that will give us a positive, plus or minus negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 22 all over 2 times 1. Okay, so essentially, this should give us, okay, so what's negative 1? So that's positive 1 plus or minus k1. Okay, so what's negative times negative? That's positive. And what's 4 times 22? That should give you an 88. Okay, 88 all over 2. So essentially, this will give us 1 plus or minus square root of 89 all over 2. So therefore, we have two answers, 1 plus square root of 89 all over 2, and then 1 minus square root of 89 all over 2. For this problem, guys, we cannot take a negative solution. So therefore, 1 minus square root of 89 all over 2 is already not the correct answer for x. That's not the correct root. The root that we're going to use for the value of x is the one that's going to give us a positive, since this is applied on real life measurements. Okay, so therefore this is going to give us 1 plus square root of, okay, let's try to evaluate it on our calculator, this expression. So we have here 1 plus square root of 89 all over 2. So that should give us around 5.22. Its estimated value is 5.216, or if we round that to 2 decimal places, so that's just going to be 5.22. So therefore, the value of x is equal to 5.22. And if the value of x is equal to 5.22, we can solve for L. So this is just going to be 5.22 plus 2 all over 5. So that's just going to be, okay, 5.22 plus 2 divided by 5. So that's just 1.44. So the value of L is equal to 1.44 meters. Okay, so that's quite a big puzzle. Okay, that's kind of like 3 feet. 1.44 meters, and the width is going to be 4 divided by 5.22 minus 1. So that should essentially give us 0.95 meters. Okay, so the value of the width is equal to 0.95 meters. And that's how we solve for the length, the width, and the value of x for this problem. Okay?